Hello YouTube family members, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just tuning into my channel, you are definitely welcome. You guys are welcome to my space, welcome to my platform, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Also thank you for returning back to watch my videos. I don't take you guys for granted. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much indeed. Please do me well to like this video, to watch till the end, and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I post a video. Okay, my apologies, I haven't been posting as frequently as I should be. I mean, I have a lot of things that is taking my attention from YouTube, but nonetheless, you guys will still be seeing my face once in a while. I hope you guys don't worry. I'm going to share with you in details what's happening. I'm going to let you guys know, but not today. Those videos are going to come up very soon, okay? But without further ado, let's just dive into this topic. Today we'll be talking about marriage, and today's title, as you can see from the title of the video, our title is No More Wine. No more wine. That's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I go into the the, the discussion, I want to show you something where this topic or this talk about this topic came about, and that is from this book over here. So it's titled No More 2: God's Principles for Marriage by Billy Akani. So this book is a very interesting book. It's a very eye-opening book. If you are getting married or you're already married, I would like to advise that you get it. It was actually a gift unto us, but I have actually read it even before I got married, and it was very enriching, an eye opener to many things that you might not know about. So if you get this book, it's really going to help. It's not a sponsorship video or anything. No, I was just going through it yesterday. I actually filmed the video yesterday, but I was like, nah, I need to refilm this video because it didn't come out the way I wanted to. And my tripod, the lighting of my tripod is actually having some fault. So I'm actually sitting close to my window in order to film this video. I hope you guys will still enjoy the video even as it comes out, okay? And yeah, so let's just go straight into the topic for today. So I said I will be talking about no more wine. From what I have read from this passage, is going to, as in, I was reading this book in the morning, at the early hours of the morning on Saturday. This is Sunday, by the way. I was reading it on Saturday morning, and the Spirit of God just spoke to me to talk about this particular topic. I don't know who might be listening to me or who might actually need these words, but I hope that it will help you and it will shape your mindset and guide you on what to do. Okay, so yeah, let's just go into the video in proper. I know my introduction has been super long. Okay, so yeah, no more wine. This is gotten from this book, like I said, from chapter 1, and the title, I picked the title as Cana at Canaan of Galilee. The passage is from the book of John chapter 2 verse 1 to 2 and 11. So you can read that on your own reading this passage. I remember this is a story that was read to us. If you're a Christian, I'm sure you would have heard of this story like 1,001 times. It's a story that you must have heard even while you were little, young, as the first miracle that Jesus performed in Canaan, in Galilee, in Canaan. And it was at the wedding that this miracle was performed, where Jesus turned water to wine. Now this passage was actually is please just forgive me about the background noise, just focus on listening to me, Biko. Now if you listen to this story, which I want to believe that in one way or the other, even if you have not read it, but you have heard of the story. Now, if you have heard of the story, this might just be like, oh, like it's the miracle that God performed, I mean Jesus performed at a feast, at a wedding ceremony, and he turned water to wine when there was no wine left for them. The wine had gotten finished. So Mary spoke to Jesus, and Jesus turned water to wine. He just instructed the servant to fill the gallons of water, and he told him to take the water to the MC, that's the master of the ceremony, in order to taste it. And he did, and he confirmed and said, "This is the best wine that he has taken." Now rephrasing it in my own words, this is the best wine he has taken so far. That usually people keep the best good wine at the beginning of the wedding, and when people are drunk, they set the worst wine or the bad wine or the one that is not or watery wine at the end, because they will not they are all drunk. But he said they have kept the good wine even up till the end of the ceremony. Now, talking about marriage, in the sense of marriage, now going into the aspect of marriage, if you look into this quite deeply, as Bro Billy Akani has done and explored this topic, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard of this before, but me reading of this passage, I've actually read, like I said earlier on, I've actually read of this passage before. I've read this book, but me reading it yesterday gave me another insight to this, which is making me to talk about in this which is making me talk about in this passage. Now, no more wine. Um, no more wine. Why did I choose the topic no more wine? The reason is because in marriages, you get to know that when people are courting, from the beginning of courtship, um, the man and the woman, before they start getting to know themselves, maybe they are friends, or the guy gets to notice that, oh, this lady is so loving, I would like to make her my friend, and then they get to start dating and courting. You notice that the man is all loving, extra loving. Let me put it that way. He's extra loving, extra cautious, communicates all the time, pay attention to the woman, does whatever the woman even wants. That is, if she needs anything, let's say maybe gifts or stuff like that, he goes extra miles. He even writes poems. He does everything perfectly well. On the aspect of the woman as well, the woman tries to be obedient to the man, like listen, love the man, cooks for him. There are some women that does that. They will cook for him and bring food for him. They will I mean, a lot of things, and then the guy gets to fall in love with the lady gets to fall in love with the man, based on what they have been seeing about the man from the beginning of the from the beginning of the friendship or courtship. Now, when they are falling in love with the man, now they have entered into intoxication. I mean, they are drunk now. They are now satisfied. They are now falling in love. They are now fully satisfied. They feel like, oh, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. This is the person I want to do everything with. But you get to see that at the end of the day, when they now get into marriage, the first year might be perfect, will not problem. Like, the honeymoon was a blast, like they had fun, the romance was, I mean, the honeymoon was on the moon. Like, they really enjoying themselves. Couples, I mean, nobody can even break them. Like, they sleep together, they cuddle, I mean, they kiss every day. When their husband or their wife is going to work, they say goodbye. When the wife cooks, the husband eats with no complaint and say sweet and wonderful things about the food that the wife has prepared. And even sometimes the husband tries to also go to the kitchen and make food for surprise the wife, make food for her, and they get communicating like really, really well, no issues. But what gets to happen at, let's say, maybe they are even 2 years, 3, 4, 5 years, you get to see another kind of person entirely. you begin to wonder. Some people get to wonder, like, who is the person I'm married to? There are some men like that, or would I say most men. I don't want to generalize it. I would say most men gets to change. Like, one thing that um I'm sorry to divert. One thing I told my husband before we got married was, by the way, if you're not aware, I'm married. Okay. One thing I told my husband was that I was scared of getting married, because I feel like when you get married, the guy or the woman gets to change from the way he or she was from the beginning of their courtship. And truly, that is true. When reality sets in, I mean, they just feel like, you cannot be doing this thing all the time now. You just get tired, or I don't know what usually used to happen, but that is one thing that and has been bothering or bringing my attention. I mean, my attention has been going towards, like, at the beginning stage, like, you guys do things together. So what usually used to happen? What usually shift from that? What happens? What's the shift that happened, that you now get to see that, oh, this man, you feel like the man is no longer paying attention to you, or complains, or criticizes you, probably the food. Maybe you cook food and the pepper is much, or the salt is much, and the man gets complaining. And whereas when you guys were cutting, he will even if the pepper is too much or the salt, he will not complain like the way he's complaining. Instead, he will say, you actually, like, he will compliment you before even saying anything. That's if there are, because there are some guys that actually they don't know how to, sugarcoat stuff. They have to still tell you, but even at that, they will have to compliment you before saying whatever they want to say. But when they have gotten married, you now realize that, like, he start criticizing you without even putting, like, complimenting you for what you have done, the hard work and all the stress that you might have passed through. They don't even do that. They just go straight to the point. What kind of stupid food is this one? Like, and sometimes the women get so upset and angry. They begin to ask questions. They begin to regret whether they might have gotten married to the wrong person or the wrong guy. And then they are stuck with somebody that they don't love anymore, because of the things that they have been seeing. And probably also, on the part of the man, he's seeing the wife as, oh, now you are becoming chubby, you now have cheeks, you don't dress beautiful like the way you used to. All these things happens because the wine has finished. The wine has finished. No more wine. There is no more wine left. There is no more wine. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. The reason all this banging, all this complaint, all this criticism, all of this, the attention being taken away, the focus, the priority being shifted to another, paying attention to another thing, because you feel like you have gotten what you have always wanted, and then you just feel relaxed and all of that. Family over familiarity sets in, and then you just get so inconsiderate at a point. This all happens because the wine has finished. And from the place that we have read from this Billy Akani's listen, it made mention that Mary noticed that the wine has finished, and that was why because she didn't have money, she doesn't have power in order to go and get the wine, but she knew somebody that can replace or bring some, as in that can bring, that is a source of wine, that can bring, that can do something about it. She didn't know how he was going to do that, but she knew exactly the person that is going to solve the solution to the problem. So she went directly to him and told him and reported the issue to him, and telling him they have no more wine, in such a profound and simple way. She didn't sugarcoat it. No, she just said it directly. They have no more wine. Now, who have you been reporting your issues to? Who have you been reporting your issues to? If you have been facing all these challenges, maybe your wine has finished in your home. That is, the love which you once had for your husband or your partner is no longer there, or is no longer as high as before. There is now criticism, there is more of complaints, there is more of nagging, there is more of attention being diverted to another thing, another. Who are you reporting the issue to? That's the question I have for you today. Who are you reporting the issue to? Do you feel that you can handle it yourself? Are you the author of marriage? Are you the one that made marriage in the first place? No way, you're not. It is God that created marriage, and He made it for a purpose. And He created it for a purpose. From the beginning of time, that was what He had made. He's still on the throne. He was the one that changed water to wine. He can still change your situation if you are in that situation. If you are in that situation, He can still change that situation for you. He can still change it, can turn it around for you for good. The Bible says that His deed for us are of good and not of evil, but to give us an expected end. So if that is what He has said for us, and you have this situation, because God cannot just come and poke His nose into the matters that you have not invited Him to. So until you invite Him into the situation, He will not interfere. When you invite Him, then you let Him handle the issue from there. Allow Him to take over, because there are some people that when they have um due to lack of patience or pressure or stuff like that, they feel like when they have invited God, they want to also assist God in telling Him what He's supposed to do, or even helping Him out in the things that He's supposed to do. No, no. Just what you have to do is, when you notice that there is a problem in your home, or you have, even if it is not your home, maybe you have any challenge probably in your relationship, and you've noticed that this is the problem, the thing you need to do is to hand it over to God. Just report the case to God. God, Lord Jesus, this is the issue of my home. I surrender it before you. Take charge over it. And allow Him to do Him. Like, allow Him to do it. Do His own work. If it is probably a relationship and He feels like, no, you guys cannot continue with this relationship, or it is not the relationship that is right for you, He will definitely make a way that He will make you guys to separate in a smooth path. But if it is marriage, He will bring back that freshness of wine, to renew your mindset, to bring that spirit back of love. He can do that. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that is impossible that He cannot do. Absolutely nothing. The only thing you need to do is just to hand it over to God, and He will do it. And He will do it. And trust in Him. Trust in Him. He will do it. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that God cannot do. I want to assure you today, if you're listening to my voice, if you're a man, you're a woman, and you are in one of these challenges, probably maybe you've been complaining that your wife is nagging, or your husband is no longer loving, or his attention has been diverted to another young lady in another place that you don't know, and or you feel like there is this familiar spirit in your home, and you don't like the way the things are going in your home. Just hand it over to God. Report the issue to God, and allow Him to handle it from there, while you do your own bit. And allow God, because God says that He He is the owner of man. He's the one that created man. So He can steer the heart of man in any direction that He pleases. So he can control man, like He's the owner now. So just report it. Allow Him to steer the heart of man the way He wants it to be. Just report the issue to Him. That is what you're to do. Okay? We all face one challenge or the other in marriages, most especially marriages. I don't know if you guys have noticed that most marriages now, I don't know, they get married, a very lavish wedding, and then they end up breaking up, like divorce is such a easy something these days. People that have spent 40 to 30 something years, 30 something to 40 years, they still get divorced, and you begin to wonder what could have been the problem. Probably maybe they feel like, oh, it was the children that was holding us back before, would have gotten divorced. Now that the children are no longer there, and this thing doesn't just happen like that. Things might have been piling up for it to have gotten to the stage of divorce, because divorce doesn't just happen like that. Things might have been piling up, small things. As they are piling up, you're not discussing about it, you're not communicating. You guys are having short wave communication, and then it's just piling up, and then you just get frustrated and feel like you are no longer you're no longer with the person you wanted to be with, or the person you got married to is no longer the person you knew from the beginning of time. I want to assure you that you're not alone, because there are a lot of people that are in this kind of situation. But one thing you need to do, because yes, we have counselors, we have psychologists that you can go to for them to guide you. But the main person, the main source is God, because He's still the one that created marriage in the first place. So I want to encourage you to go back to the manufacturer's manual, which is the Bible, and look into details and study His word, and then hand it over to God. And I believe that God is going to take over from there. Okay, I hope that this blesses your life. I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm also talking to myself as well. Okay, so because when I was reading this book, it really opened my eye to a lot of things that probably maybe when you're reading this passage of this story of turning water to wine, you will not really see, some of you will not even see it in that light. But bro Billy Akani, God has given him the wisdom and help him to explore, analyze this for us to see it in a more deeper way. And I hope that even as I've shared with you, probably some of you want to get a copy. Do well to also get the copy. um Try and get the copy. It will really bless your life. I just like gave my own summary of what I read in that passage. They have a lot of things that you need to study, things like um living and cleaving, oneness, not sameness. I hate divorce, what God has joined together, absolute nakedness, talking about honeymoon. Like a lot of things are in this book, so just get it. Like I said, this is not a sponsorship video. I just was reading this book, and the Spirit of God just spoke to me to share this video. And I hope that this blesses your life, and it also encourages you. Do well to also share this video. You might never know who this will really encourage and help and guide. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Please pardon the noise, don't listen to the noise, forget about the noise and focus on what I'm saying. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Do well to share this video. Subscribe. What did I say? Subscribe if you have not done that already. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.